All right, so here we go. So just before we do get started, I'm just making sure that everybody does know if anything that I'm doing today doesn't feel right for your body, please modify for yourself. If you've got any injuries or limitations, don't try to force yourself into doing something that you're not quite ready for because you don't want to hurt yourself. Otherwise, we will go ahead and get started on our backs for Shavasana. Just finding a comfy way to lay back. Option is to send the legs all the way long down the mat. Just letting the feet fall to the outside edges, relaxing in the thighs, relaxing in the ankles. If you have any tension or tightness in the lower back, option is to bend through the knees, placing the soles of feet flat on the earth with the knees pointing up to the sky. It just gives you a little bit more support. Or option is to open up the hips in supine butterfly, bringing the soles of feet to touch and letting the knees fall apart from each other. Good, you can have the arms all the way long down the body with the palms facing up to receive energy. If you're feeling tired or run down. Option to have the palms facing down to the mat to feel a little bit more grounded. This is good if you're feeling anxious or really stuck in your head. Just reconnecting with the earth. Good, maybe you want to open up a little bit by bringing the arms all the way up above the head, opening up the heart, just a little bit of a shoulder stretch. Wherever you find yourself, just take a moment to separate the shoulder blades away from each other. Good, really relaxing through the neck, relaxing through the arms, the ankles, the toes. Taking a moment to scan the body head to toe, and just noticing where your body rests heavy on the mat below you. Good, feel yourself sink a little bit deeper with every exhale. Just letting go of your day, letting go of any distractions, any outside thoughts. Doing the best that you can to remain present throughout the next 45 minutes. Good, and bringing the focus to the breath here, just feeling the rise and fall with every inhale and exhale. Feeling the lungs and the belly expand as you draw energy into your body, getting ready to begin your practice. And then feeling that release as you let go of any distractions, anything that's bringing you out of this moment. Good, using your breath to anchor yourself. Anchor yourself to this moment on your mat right here. And coming through a cleansing breath, bringing a deep inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs and the belly, holding a pause at the very top, gathering all the tension and anxiety that you're holding on to, and letting a loud, noisy exhale through an open mouth, just releasing it. Good, one more right there. Big inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs and the belly, holding that pause, and loud, noisy exhale, let it go. Connecting to your Ujjayi Pranayama, ocean sounding breath, bringing a slow 4-second inhale through the nose, holding a pause at the top, push the breath to the back of the throat, and then release a slow 4-second exhale through the nose, holding a pause at the base. Good, staying connected with this breath, keeping the mouth closed, controlling that movement. Keeping in mind, anytime that you feel like laying back and just breathing, just reconnecting with this breath, that option is always available to you. Good, very gently wiggling in the fingers and toes to draw awareness back into the body. And in your own time, opening the eyes. Good, if your legs aren't already, send them all the way long down the mat, pointing through the toes, engaging through the legs. Inhale, reach the arms up above the head for the back wall. Good, big morning stretch. Let that low back arch off the mat below you as you lengthen your spine. And on the exhale, relaxing into the muscles, releasing arms into cactus, 90-90 beside the head. Nice, one at a time, draw knees into chest. Option here is to wrap the arms around the shins. And you can take a little rock side to side if that's in your practice tonight. Just massaging your lower back into the mat below you. Good, making the movement as big or as little as you like. Just whatever feels right for your body. And staying connected with that breath. And whenever you're ready, finding your way into stillness. Good, extending both the arms and legs all the way up to the sky, circling the ankles and wrists out a few times, just getting those joints moving. Nice, switching directions. Good, and coming into stillness, hug both knees into the chest, give the knees a big squeeze. And from here, place that left foot flat on the mat with the knee pointing up to the sky. Extending that right leg all the way up for a single leg hamstring stretch. You can bring the hands behind that thigh, calf, or ankle, whatever feels right for you. And just staying relaxed in the upper body, relax in the neck and the shoulders. You can always bring a micro bend into that right knee if you need. You can point or flex that foot at the top. Just do whatever feels right for your body. Good. Whenever you're ready here, bringing a flex through that right foot, really pressing through the heel, bending into the right knee, using one or both hands to grab onto the right foot. You can bring the hands onto the calf or the thigh if you need for a little bit of a less intense stretch. We're just coming into a half happy baby here. So the important thing is that you want to try to get that right heel to stack over top of the knee, and the sole of the foot is facing up to the sky. You can always release that left arm into cactus if that feels comfortable for you. And if you want to deepen the stretch, you can send that left leg all the way long down the mat. Good, again, just staying relaxed in the neck and the shoulders. Breathing into that right hip. Creating a little bit more space with every inhale. And with every exhale, just trying to get a little bit deeper. And very carefully, whenever you're ready, slowly start to bring a bend into that right knee. Use that left hand to grab onto the outside of the right knee. The right arm releases into cactus, coming to a 90-degree angle beside the head. And we're just going to bring that right knee all the way over to the left side of the mat, coming into a spinal twist. You want to try to keep that right shoulder blade pressing down into the mat to keep the twist in the spine. And if you want to let that gaze fall over the right shoulder, you can, getting a little stretch in the left side of the neck. Good, on your next inhale, returning yourself back through center. Draw that left knee into the chest and take a little rock side to side, just neutralizing the spine. Good, and whenever you're ready, coming into stillness. On your next inhale, give both knees a big squeeze into the chest, give them a big hug. And on the exhale, place that right foot flat on the mat in front of you with the knee pointing up to the sky. Left leg extends long up to the sky, coming into a single leg hamstring stretch, bringing the hands wherever they feel comfortable. Again, always option to bring a micro bend into that left knee. You can point or flex that foot at the top. Just staying relaxed in the neck and the shoulders, releasing the tongue from the roof of the mouth. Relaxing the brows. Good, whenever you're ready, bringing a flex through that left foot, slowly bending into that left knee, using one or both hands to grab onto the foot, coming into half happy baby. Always option is to bring the hands onto the calf or the thigh instead, and maybe you want to release that right arm into cactus, coming to a 90-degree angle beside the head. An option is to extend that right leg all the way long down mat. Good to deepen the stretch. Just double checking that that left ankle is stacked over top of the knee and the sole of the foot is facing up to the sky. Good, again, breathing into that left hip. This is how we grow up. These will just be places to be down. Before we was down, we rise and stay. And very, very slowly, carefully bringing a bend into that left knee. Good, left knee comes into the chest. That right hand grabs onto the outside of the knee, guiding it over toward the right side of the body. Coming into a spinal twist, releasing the left arm into cactus. An option, let the gaze fall over that left shoulder. Good. On your next inhale, very slowly, carefully guiding yourself back through center. Hug that right knee into the chest. Good, and take a little rock side to side. Option is to make 3 big circles with the knees. Good, massaging that lower back into the mat below you. Gently massaging the tops of the glutes. And then when you're ready, 3 big circles in the opposite direction. Okay, just to keep it nice and even. And still breathing, still staying connected with that breath. Good, whenever you're ready, coming into stillness. Extend both legs up to the sky, grab behind thighs, calves, or ankles, draw both legs in for double hamstring stretch. Option is to point and flex those toes at the very top. Maybe you want to alternate between both here. With every point, getting a nice stretch through the shin. And then with every flex, getting a nice stretch through the calf and the hamstring. Good, when you're ready here, bending the knees to 90. We're crossing that right thigh over the left thigh, reaching the hands up to grab to the outside of the calves, or if you can reach, you can grab onto the outside of the heels. So the soles of feet are facing opposite directions. You want to stay relaxed in the upper body, the neck, and the shoulders. And you want to keep the heels lifted away from the sits bone so that we're getting a nice stretch in the right glute, drawing the heels away from each other. So the ultimate goal here is going to be to try to get the shins parallel to the mat below you. But if you're not quite there, don't worry about it. You just want to focus on pulling those feet down, getting a nice stretch on the outside of the right thigh. Just taking a couple deep breaths. Maybe you want to close the eyes. Good, take one more big inhale. And on the exhale, very carefully uncross the legs, return the knees through center. Maybe you want to take a little rock side to side. Good, and here we're extending those legs all the way up to the sky, drawing both legs in, coming into a little hamstring stretch here before we do the other side. And then on your next exhale, bending both knees to 90. We're crossing that left thigh over the right thigh, reaching the hands up, grabbing the outside of the thighs or the calves, or if you can reach the feet. Again, the main things here is trying to keep the heels lifted away from the sits bones, and you want the soles of feet to be facing opposite ends of the room. Good, just drawing the feet away from each other and trying to stay relaxed in the upper body, the neck, and the shoulders. Just continuing to breathe deeply here. Good, take one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, very carefully uncross the legs, return the knees through center, and gently rock it out side to side, just giving yourself a little break. Good, whenever you're ready, making your way into stillness, take 3 big rocks up and down the mat, giving your spine a nice little massage on the way. And then whoop, on the last one, staying seated. Just grabbing yourself a little sip of water to stay hydrated. You can grab water anytime. You don't have to wait for me to tell you to grab it. Obviously. And then whenever you're ready, we'll go ahead and send those legs all the way long down the mat. Good, removing the fleshy part from underneath the sits bone so you can really, really ground down. And we're gonna cross that right foot over the left foot, crossing at the ankles. Take a deep breath in as you reach the arms up to the sky, lengthening the spine, but get a little stretch from the side bodies. And then on the exhale, hinge from the hips, reaching forward, grabbing onto calves, ankles, or toes. Good, let the eyes close. Just let the head hang nice and heavy. Good, 2 more deep breaths right here. Nice, one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, letting the arms and head hang heavy toward the mat. On your next inhale, very slowly rolling up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae, lifting the gaze last. Nice, so you've got two options here. Your first option is to bring that right foot in. You can either place it on the outside or the inside of the leg, whatever feels right for you. If you want to deepen this, you can bend that left leg at the knee. But all we're doing here is bringing that right hand behind the body. On an inhale, reach that left arm all the way up to the sky. And on the exhale, karate chops, the tricep comes outside the thigh, using it as leverage to get deeper into the twist. That left hand is just up like a stop sign. Good, and you don't want to feel like you're sinking into that right shoulder. You want to really press the mat away from you, growing through the crown of your head. Good, keeping the chin lifted. And just 3 more deep breaths here. Nice, next inhale, that left arm reaches up to the sky, getting a little stretch in that left side body. And then on the exhale, that left hand floats down beside you. Good, if that left leg is bent, we're just gonna send it long. Carefully uncross the right leg. And just take a little windshield wiper with those knees side to side. Whenever you're ready, again, that right foot crosses over the left, and we're just coming into a nice, easy seated position here. So that right ankle is in front of that left ankle. Right hand onto right knee, left hand onto left knee. As you inhale, lengthen the spine, lift the gaze, draw the shoulders back away from the ears. Good, and on the exhale, round the spine, tuck the chin into the chest, a little pull back on the knees, and really contract the core. Good, again, inhale, lengthen the spine, growing through the crown of the head, pull the shoulders down the back, gaze up. And then exhale, round the spine, contract the core, tuck the chin into the chest, and a little pull back on the knees. Good, last one here, big inhale, lengthen the spine, gaze up, open up the heart, open up the throat, and exhale, round and tuck. Good, contracting the core. Here we inhale, sitting up nice and tall, lengthening the spine. On the exhale, carefully walk the hands forward. You have the option here to bring the forearms to the mat. Just hang out here. If you want to send the arms all the way long, maybe you can relax the forehead down. It's coming into a nice shoulder stretch, if that is in your practice tonight. An option is to stay right here. Or option is to place that left palm on the mat. On the inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky. Good, come into a little twist. And then on the exhale, that right hand floats down, replacing that left palm. Good, inhale, left arm reaches up to the sky. We're pressing through that right forearm. Option to lift the gaze. And then exhale, left hand floats down to the mat. Good, we're here walking the hands back up on your next inhale. Slowly sitting up nice and tall. Good, just give the shoulders a few rolls back, and then a few circles forward. Nice, coming into stillness, sitting up nice and tall. On your next inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, connect the palms, and option is to interlace the fingers and gently come into a little back bend. Good, returning the body back through center, bending at the right elbow to place the right hand at the base of the neck, the fingertips face down. That left hand can grab onto that right tricep, and gently pull back, coming into a nice stretch here. If this is enough for you, you can stay here. If you have the flexibility, I don't quite, but you can try to bring the hands behind you and grab those fingertips, and then just pull the arms away from each other. If you have a towel or a resistance band or something, just to help you with a little bit more length, that's kind of helpful. Good, just take one more full breath wherever you are. And on your next inhale, that left arm reaches up to the sky. Good, on the exhale, that left hand falls forward, the palm faces up. Inhale, that right arm lifts and lengthens. And on the exhale, that right arm crosses over the left. Option is to bring it into the crook of the elbow and gently pull back here, but if that's too much, you can always just use the hand. Good, you just want to let that right hand kind of hang out. Sit up nice and tall, but you can relax the forehead. Let the eyes close. Good, and work on really pulling that right arm back to get a nice stretch throughout the outside of the shoulder. Good, take one more big inhale.
And then on the exhale, very carefully let the arms hang heavy and just give it a little shake, shake, shake. Nice. When you're ready, bringing that left hand to the right knee. That right arm goes back, little spinal twist. And then inhale, the body returns through center. Good. When you're ready, slowly, carefully bringing that right hand to left knee. Left hand goes behind, little twist. Nice. Returning the body back through center here. That left foot is staying inside the right thigh, and that right leg is going long in front of us. Good. On the inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Square the shoulders for that front leg, and on the exhale, fold over the thigh, grabbing under the calf, ankle, or toe, coming into a single leg hamstring stretching, and always option to bring a little bend into that right knee, or you can point the toe. Just taking a couple deep breaths. Good, staying in your fold, bringing that right hand either inside of the right foot if you can grab, or just resting the forearm on the inside of the leg. That left arm reaches back and up and over, coming into a nice side body stretch. And on your next inhale, carefully bringing yourself all the way back up to the sky. Good, bringing that right foot all the way in to place inside the left. The knees go out wide for butterfly. And just use the thumbs to massage the bottoms of the feet. Giving yourself a nice little foot massage. Good, getting into the ankles, getting into the calves, the arches. And finishing up wherever you are. Whenever you're ready, use the hands to help guide the knees together. Send the legs out long and give it a little shake, shake, shake. Good, again, removing the fleshy part from underneath your sit bone so you can really, really ground down, sitting up nice and tall. That left ankle this time is crossing over the right. On the inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Good, getting a big stretch. And then on the exhale, hinge from the hips, reach forward. Grab on the calves, ankles, or toes. Let the head hang heavy. Good, take one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, letting the arms and head hang nice and heavy toward the mat. Good, inhale, slowly rolling up the spine, vertebrae by vertebrae. That gaze lifts last, and we're bringing that left foot all the way in, either placing it inside or outside the thigh, whatever feels right for you. And always option to deepen the twist by bringing that right leg in a little bit so that the heel is closer to the sits bone. Good, left hand behind the body. Inhale, reach that right arm up to the sky, a little side body stretch. And then exhale, the tricep comes outside the thigh, using it as leverage to deepen the twist in the spine. That right hand is up like a stop sign, and optional, let the gaze fall over that left shoulder. Again, double checking here that you're not sinking into the shoulder. You want to be pressing that away from you, going through the crown of your head. And still breathing deeply. Okay, so on your next inhale, that right arm reaches up to the sky, big stretch. And then on the exhale, that right hand falls down beside you. We're sending that right leg long if it's not there already. Again, very carefully uncrossing the ankles there and just windshield wipering the knees side to side if you want a little release in the hips. And then when you're ready here, bring that left ankle in front of the right. So we're coming into an easy seated here, but you want to make sure that left foot is in the front and that right foot is in the back. Good, here, left hand to left knee. Right hand to right knee. As you inhale, we're lengthening through the spine, growing through the crown of the head. Good, shoulders back. And then exhale, round the spine, contract the core, tuck the chin into the chest, and little pull back on the knees. Good, again, inhale, lift the body up. Good, nice straight spine, gaze up, open up the heart. And then exhale, we round the spine, contract the core, again, keep it tight, and tuck the chin into the chest. Last one here, big inhale, sitting up nice and tall, good shoulders back, lift the chin. And then exhale, we round and tuck, contracting that core. Good, inhale to sit up nice and tall. Here we're placing the hands onto the mat in front of you and walk the hands forward as far as you want to go. Maybe you want to stop here with the forearms down. Maybe you want to send the arms all the way long and relax in the forehead. Good, an option is to stay here and hold, or you can place that right palm flat on the mat. On your next inhale, that left arm reaches up to the sky. Good, trying to stack the shoulders, lift the gaze. And then on the exhale, that left hand comes down to replace that right palm. Inhale, the right arm reaches up nice and high, trying to stack the shoulders, lift the gaze. Good, and exhale, that right hand floats down softly. Next inhale, we're slowly walking the hands back up. Good to sit up nice and tall. And just give the shoulders a couple circles forward and a couple circles back. Good, coming into stillness. Inhale, reach both arms up to the sky. Good, option is to connect the palms, interlace the fingers, and come into a little back bend here. Good, and returning the body back through center. We're bending into that left elbow to place that left palm at the base of the neck so the fingertips face down. And that right hand can grab onto that left elbow and gently pull it back here for a tricep stretch. Again, option if you want, you can bring that right hand back, try to grab onto the fingertips. But I don't want to do that, so I'm going to stay right here. Good, maybe you want to close the eyes and just take a couple more deep breaths. Nice, on your next inhale, reaching that right arm all the way up to the sky. And then on the exhale, that right hand comes forward with the palm to face up. Nice, inhale, that left arm lifts and lengthens. And on the exhale, that left arm crosses over the right. You can either use the elbow to pull the arm back, or you can use the palm if that feels better. Just letting that left hand kind of hang out. You can relax the forehead, but you want to stay sitting up nice and tall, so that you don't want to let that lower back round. Nice, take one more big inhale. And then on the exhale, very carefully, just letting the arms hang heavy and just shaking them out a few times. Good, when you're ready, that right hand comes onto that left knee, that left hand comes back for a spinal twist. And then we're bringing the body forward. Good, whenever you're ready, that left hand comes onto the right knee, that right hand goes back and we twist. Nice, and returning the body back through center. That right foot is staying inside that left thigh, and that left leg goes long in front of us. On the inhale, reach both arms up to the sky, little side body stretch. Good, square the shoulders, and then on the exhale, hinging over that front leg, letting the arms and head fall wherever they do, not trying to force anything. And always option again is to bring a little micro bend into that right knee. Or you can point that toe. Good, and staying in the fold here, just bringing that left hand either inside the leg or grabbing onto inside the foot if you can reach. That right arm reaches back and up and over, coming into a nice side body stretch. And just trying not to let that shoulder fall forward. You want to try to keep it open. Good, to keep the chest lifted. And on your next inhale, very slowly, carefully sitting up nice and tall. Good, just giving it a little shake out. Bringing the feet together with the knees out wide, coming into butterfly. The left hand grabs onto the left ankle, right hand grabs onto the right ankle. Take an inhale as you lengthen the spine, sit up nice and tall, press the knees down. And on the exhale, pull yourself forward, hinging from the hips. You can either rest the elbows inside the knees if you'd like, or if you want to deepen the stretch, maybe you want to bring the forearms to the mat, or reach the arms all the way forward, relaxing in the forehead. Nice and very slowly, carefully walking your hands back to sit up nice and tall. Good, use the hands to guide the knees together. And here we're just bringing the ankles onto the mat. So you want to bring the hands outside of the feet, sitting up nice and tall, just so that your back is flat. You don't want to round and cave. You want to keep the chest lifted and the shoulders down. So very slowly, just inching your feet forward, walking the feet forward as far as you can go, while keeping the hold on the feet. So it's gonna depend, you know, wherever your body's at today. And we're just gonna hold this for 1 minute, just 60 seconds. And slowly throughout the minute, just using the breath to try to get a little bit deeper into it. Using the breath to breathe space into it, creating that space, and then on the exhales, just letting go of any of the tension or tightness that you're holding on to, so that you can get a little bit deeper into it.
Cause I've been afraid of changing, 'cause I broke my heart. And time makes all of you to get older. I'm getting old.
Good, and very slowly rolling up the spine. And that gaze will lift last. And just give the legs a little shake, shake, shake. Grab yourself a sip of water. And then we're gonna come into our deer pose. On the right side to start. So when you're ready, you wanna keep that right leg forward and that left leg goes around behind you. So that right foot, you want to try to adjust it to a 90-degree angle, and of the knee, and you want to keep the foot flexed. It'll help protect that knee. That left leg, it's going to depend on how far back you can get the knee. The most important thing is, again, you want to get that knee at a 90-degree angle, and you want to keep that foot flexed. So we're here squaring the shoulders toward the front of the mat, and you're sitting up nice and tall, or if it's comfortable for you, you can bring the forearms onto the mat in front of you. Good, and we're just going to hold this one for 60 seconds. We might hold it for 90 seconds. We might not. Good, again, staying relaxed in the shoulders, relaxed in the head. We're just over that halfway point. And we're gonna keep the legs where they are. So if you feel more comfortable with the upper body forward, then you can stay here if you'd like, or you have the option to bring the body up. Good, sitting up nice and tall. Walk the hands behind you. You want the fingertips to be facing forward. And again, you have the option to keep the palms on the mat, or you can slowly come onto the forearms. Ooh. You want to try to keep that left knee pressing down to keep the stretch in the hip. Good, if you can come all the way back. I'm not gonna do that today because my back does not feel very good. Good, and again, you just want to try to keep the knees pressing down, getting a nice stretch through that left hip flexor if you're leaning back. Then just take one more deep breath right where you are. Whenever you're ready, if you need to use your hands to help support your lower back, as you bring yourself back up, sitting up nice and tall, use that left hand to help guide that left thigh forward, placing the feet flat. Just give those knees a little windshield wiper side to side. Good to release in the hips. And then when you're ready, send the legs long and shake it out. Good, coming onto the left side here. So when you're ready, that left leg stays forward and that right leg goes back behind you. You wanna make sure that left knee is at a 90-degree angle. The foot is flexed to help protect the knee. Excuse me, and that right leg, it doesn't matter how far back the thigh is, you just wanna try to get that knee bent to a 90-degree angle. And again, that foot is flexed, excuse me, and the hiccups. And when you're ready, just squaring the shoulders to the front of the mat. Option is to stay here, sitting up nice and tall, or you can bring the forearms to the mat. Good, I'm starting the timer. We're just here for 60 seconds. Stay connected with that breath. Try not to lose it. Just trying to catch the mind if it starts to wander. Doesn't matter how many times that happens, just bringing the focus back to the breath as many times as you can. Good, an option is to stay forward if this is what feels good for you, or option is to slowly bring the hands back, sitting up nice and tall. Good, bring the hands behind the hips so the fingertips are facing toward the body. An option is to lower onto the forearms. Good, one at a time. Trying to keep those knees pressing down, getting a nice stretch through that right hip flexor. An option, if you like, is to come all the way onto your back. Good, staying relaxed in the shoulders and the neck. Nice and very slowly, if you're on your back, just use your hands one at a time to bring yourself back up. Option is to support that lower back, just doing it in a way that you don't cause any stress or strain. Whenever you're ready, using that right hand onto the right thigh, bringing it forward. And again, just windshield by bring those knees side to side, releasing in the hips, and sending the legs long and giving it a little shake, shake, shake. Good, whenever you're ready, grabbing onto some water, and then meeting into tabletop. So the shoulders are stacked over top of the wrists, with the middle fingers facing forward. The knees are stacked over top of the hips. They're about hip width apart, and those toes are tucked. On the inhale, lengthen the spine, reach the tailbone behind you, press the belly button into the mat, and press the mat away from you. Good, the shoulders are away from the ears. And on the exhale, we tuck that tailbone under, round the spine, contract the core, good, get it really tight, tuck the chin into the chest, and press the mat away from you, opening up the shoulder blades. 2 more times there. Inhale to lengthen through the spine. That tailbone reaches back behind you. Good, open up the heart, lift the gaze, shoulders away from the ears. And then exhale, we round the spine, contract the core. Good, opening up the shoulder blades behind us and tucking the chin into the chest. Last one here, big inhale, opening up the chest, lifting the gaze, good, lengthening the spine. And then exhale, we round and tuck, contracting the core, coming into cat pose. Nice, whenever you're ready, coming in through neutral, we're just gonna bring that right foot on the mat in front of us and kind of inch it forward so that you can get a nice stretch through that left hip flexor. So we're sort of in a runner's lunge here with that knee down. You wanna make sure that right knee is stacked directly over top of the ankle and that back knee is down with the toe tucked. Good, the hands are resting lightly on the mat. As you inhale, straighten through the right leg, flex the right toes toward the right shin, round the spine toward the thigh. That back hip should be stacked over top of the knee. And again, you're nice and light on those fingertips. On the exhale, very slowly, carefully press the hips forward. Good, that front knee stacks over top of the ankle, and you're getting a nice stretch throughout that left hip flexor. Good, one more time there. Inhale, straighten through that right leg. Flex the right toes toward the right shin, round the spine. And then exhale, press the hips forward. That front knee stacks over top of the ankle. Good, we're opening up through that back hip. And very carefully bringing yourself back through center. Good, we're bringing that right leg all the way back behind us. Send the leg long, keep the toe tucked. Release the forearms down, and you want to just press that right heel back, getting a nice stretch throughout the Achilles tendon. Good, and when you're ready, meeting back in through center, neutral tabletop position. And that left foot is gonna step forward this time. Again, that left knee stacked over top of the left ankle, and we're just inching that foot forward a little bit so that we're getting a nice stretch through the right hip flexor. When you're ready, you're nice and light on those fingertips, straighten through that left leg, flex the left toes toward the left shin, round the spine, let the head hang nice and heavy. Good, and then on the exhale, press the hips forward, that front knee stacks over top of the ankle, really opening up through that right hip flexor. Good, those toes are still tucked. Last one here, big inhale to straighten through that left leg, flex the left toes toward that shin, that back hip, the right hip is stacked over top of the right knee. And then exhale, we're pressing the hips forward, stacking that front knee over top of the ankle and opening up through that right hip flexor. Good, whenever you're ready, very carefully bringing yourself back through center. We're sending that left leg all the way along behind us, tucking those toes. Bring the forearms down, and again, just press that left heel back to get a nice stretch throughout that left Achilles tendon. Nice, when you're ready, coming back in through center, neutral tabletop position. Reaching both arms forward, surrender the chest down toward the mat. Good, we're coming into extended puppy pose here, so you wanna make sure those hips are stacked over top of the knees, toes are tucked. For the full variation, you can bring the chin down to open up the throat, or if that's a little bit too much, you can just bring the forehead down. And when you're ready, pressing yourself back up through center, walk the hands back. Option is to keep the knees where they are, or you can bring them as wide as the mat. Untuck the toes and sit it back for a nice child's pose. Option is to have that wide-legged child's pose. Good, relaxing the forehead down, reaching the arms forward. Just taking a quick moment here to really be grateful for your health and for the ability to come to your mat and move your body. Setting a positive intention for the rest of your weekend. Remembering to do good things for yourself every day. Whenever you're ready, walking the hands back, sitting up nice and tall. Good, give yourself a high five. Thank you for coming and hanging out tonight. And namaste. Adios.